This video discusses childhood abuse and may be difficult for some viewers.
Hi, my name is Tamar, and I want to invite you into my story. Every Friday, I'll be sharing pieces of my journey with you. It's not a unique story, but it is one that many people carry quietly and rarely talk about: childhood trauma. When I talk about childhood trauma, I'm not referring to everyday disappointments, like being told no or missing out on something you wanted. I'm talking about the deeper wounds, the ones that stay with you long after childhood has passed. I'm talking about words that cut so deeply you still hear them years later. I'm talking about growing up with a parent struggling with addiction, where it felt like the addiction always came first. And I'm talking about painful experiences that happened when you were very young, experiences that can leave you feeling ashamed, confused, and silent for far too long. If any of this sounds familiar to you, if you've lived through these things or even something more painful, then this space is for you. This podcast is for the woman who has been carrying it alone. Before I go any further, I want to offer encouragement. Healing is possible. This is the beginning of that journey, if you're willing to bring it all before the Lord and surrender it to Him. In my own life, I experienced trauma from growing up with a father who struggled with alcoholism and drifted in and out of our lives. I also experienced sexual abuse as a little girl. I won't be sharing graphic details, but I will share this: I told no one. Not a friend, not a family member, not even God. I carried those wounds into adulthood, into my marriage, and they played a role in its eventual breakdown. In the weeks ahead, I'll share more about those experiences and how the Lord gently and faithfully healed me. For today, I want to begin by sharing the very first post from my website. For many years, I lived with the consequences of unresolved childhood trauma. I didn't realize how much of it I was carrying forward with me. I truly believed I had dealt with it, when in reality, I had just buried it and hoped it would disappear on its own. But it didn't. I carried it through my teenage years, into adulthood, and ultimately into a marriage that could not survive the weight of unhealed pain. Now, years later, I can say that I am healed and that I have forgiven. It was not instant, and it was not easy, but I found true healing in my Prince of Peace. Take this journey with me and with the other women who will gather here, so that your healing can begin too. Here are the verses I want to build this podcast on. Healing: He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. Hope: For I know the plans I have for you, plans to give you hope and a future. Harmony: And above all these put on love, which binds everything together in perfect harmony.